Gibbs of England. Your referee for the next event of the evening is Mr. Richard Steele. This is the main event of the night. 12 rounds of boxing for the undisputed middleweight championship of the world. Introducing in the red corner, the challenger, the WBC Super Welterweight Champion, fighting out of Detroit, Michigan, weighing 159 3/4 pounds. His professional record consists of 40 wins, 1 defeat, with 34 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Thomas the Hitman Hearns. And in the blue corner, fighting out of Brockton, Massachusetts, weighing 159 1/4 pounds, with a professional record of 60 wins, 2 defeats, 2 draws, and 50 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, the undisputed middleweight champion of the world, Marvelous Marvin Hagler.
Really, it's totally divided, I would have thought, the support here. Quickly then, Don Curry, that's tension moments for the champion and challenger there. The long wait, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very tension. Now you're ready for the bell and start the action and get the first round
Okay,
over.
I gave both fighters their instructions in the dressing room. I'm just cautioning you now. Obey my command at all times. Shake hands, good luck to both of you.
Richard Steele from Las Vegas. He's in charge of the slots at the casino here. Scheduled for 12 rounds, remember. Some experts think that Hagler really should have taken the 15 rounds course. But it is undisputed, and although the World Boxing Association does now have a 15 rounds course, well, I hope that Hagler's not too badly cut, Don. Have you seen a first round like that ever?
I've never seen a first round like that. I think Hagler won that first round. I have to give that first round to Hagler because he came out the aggressor, and that was the right strategy fight. He's testing Tommy's heart.
As you say, it's going to be a battle of courage, and he's saying, okay, let's get it on. And I'm just wondering, I hope that cut isn't too bad there. Goody Petronelli, who spent 20 years in the Navy and was in the surgical unit, he knows a bit about this. Let's have a look at some replay there. Even in slow motion, these fellas are really laying in there. They may not be classy punches, but they're hurting. And again there from another angle. What a war. Already lived up to expectation. In fact, it's past it for me. Round 2. Hearns not used to the southpaw style, remember. The right-hand forward. He's only fought one, the Thailander Meng Sigrin. And that might be against him, but it doesn't matter what style Hagler has when he's walking in throwing punches like that. If he just slows down a second, it'll suit Hearns, Don. He can pot shot a little bit.
Yeah, I think the pace will start slowing down here in the last couple of rounds. Hagler's doing the right thing by keeping pressure on him and make Tommy work, because Tommy doesn't have good stamina later on in the round, in the fight. I think if I was in there fighting Hearns, I would fight him the same way. And if I was Hearns, I would look to box more, not to look to try to knock him out with one punch.
He just tripped over himself there. That's the southpaw stance did that. He wasn't hurt there, Hearns. Trying to use the ring now, get around a bit. It's the only way he can do it. He's got height and reach advantage. But Hagler's nullifying that completely by standing on top of him. And he's switching stance, Don.
Yeah, he is. I think he's making Hearns extend a lot of energy. And that's good, because Hearns are tiring about the next 2 or 3 rounds real bad.
Well, I tell you, in both cases, this looks like they've got to bite the bullet here, isn't it? It's going to be a hard one. Yes, that's the tactics all right by Hagler, to make Hearns work the whole time. To really play on his stamina. Well, there's no way they can keep this up for 12.
I don't think so. I think it's going to come down to the will of who's in a better condition. And maybe old-fashioned guts right at the finish. That's what it could be. Well, that's the fight Hagler wanted to make out of it, and Tommy's falling right into his plan. One thing you have to say about Hearns, he has took Marvin's best punch. And that can answer most of the questions that can Hearns take a punch.
Bleeding heavily again, Hagler. He won't want to be in there too long for cuts to worsen, obviously.
Get out. Let him go, let him go.
Even though Hearns was holding there, Hagler was still managing to throw punches back. And Hearns looks as though he's floundering. What condition these fellows must be in to absorb these punches, and mostly Hearns having to take them.
I think Hearns has to get off the ropes. If he gets off the rope, he will get stopped.
But coming right at the end of the round, it'll do Hearns a favor. And again, the stare coming from Hearns there. He's not bothered at all, it would seem, though, Don. I mean, he was really under fire there, and yet the way he looked at Hagler was just, okay, if that's the way you want it, let's go.
Yeah, I think so. I think Hearns has got off his game plan. He needs energy.
You got to put a band.
And you can hear there Emmanuel Stewart absolutely pleading with Hearns, boxing, stay in there. Well, I don't know about that. I couldn't count those. It must be an expert who can do that with a computer. They are treating Hagler's cuts around the eye there. Goody Petroletti's got a night's work there. They use the adrenaline, 1 in 1,000, which is the only thing they're allowed to use. All those coagulates are checked by the inspectors.
Right?
So into the third. And the hitman has been hit a few times, and he's also hit back. And Hagler really has fired himself up for this fight. He always knew he was mean, moody, and a bit magnificent at times, and he's proving it here. And he's making life even more awkward for Hearns by switching stance. But Hearns trying to obey Emmanuel Stewart's orders now to get boxing done.
I think he's been smart now by boxing and moving.
He keeps falling over Hagler's feet, doesn't he?
Well, Reggie, I think as a left-hander, it's very difficult to fight a left-hander. I think Tommy needs to grab and hold him, just like he's doing now, and stay off the rope.
He's also tripping over a few right hooks, by the way. Hello, what's happened here? He's taking time off for the doctor to look at Hagler. Oh, don't say this is going to stop in the third. He said it, let him go there. Dr. Romeo said it's not interfering with his side. It looks as though it's on the forehead, Don, is it?
It is, but the blood can flow in your eye, and blind you.
That'll only make Hagler even more angry, because he probably figures by now that he can't go 12 because of the injury. Although we're almost on the ring apron, Don, of Curry and I, it is hard to see the full extent of it, but the doctor looks quite right. Oh, that's how he went with Ray Leonard when he caught him, Hearns. His feet unbuckled, and when Hagler moved in, the knockdown timekeeper in front of me, it looks like a formality in the third round. Punches for the body there. Hagler made up his mind, he's got to go all out. And Richard still saying, no, you're not in a position to defend yourself. 3 rounds of absolute mayhem. And it's quite obvious, really, that Hagler was easily the better puncher, and Hearns just could not absorb those punches, Don.
I think Hagler went in with the right game plan to make a fight out of it, and that's exactly what he did. I think if Hearns would have laid out and tried to box and weather the first 3 or 4 rounds, I think he would have been in the fight. Before the fight, you and I both favored Hagler because we figured that he would, use his exceptional strength, and this willpower that he's got is phenomenal. I think Hagler came out in the right fashion. I think Hearns, he's that type of fighter where he goes out and he starts very fast in the first round, and he's not a very patient fighter. I've been saying it all week. If Hearns be patient, he can win this fight, but he's not a very patient fighter.
He got drawn into it. He had no options, really.
Well, he could have stayed there and lost the first couple of rounds, but he fought the wrong type of fight.
We usually talk about winners in these situations, Don, but obviously as a light middleweight, let's have a look at this replay, of course, while I'm asking you that question. Right over the top, And it's amazing, really. It was a long punch, and he could not control his legs. He was like a kid in a playpen there.
Yeah, Tommy has a big upper body, but he has no muscles on his leg. And Marvin caught him with the right hook, and that was the damage.
And he really looks as though he's concussed. What a picture. And from the overhead camera, the Rocky shot, I call it, there it is. A long punch, and you'd have thought it was right at the end of it, and they're almost like a giraffe, a baby giraffe trying to go for his first walk. And there's no way he's going to get away from this, because you can run but you can't hide in this game. And his body just completely collapsed.
I think so. Like I said, Tommy came out with the wrong fight. I told him if he'd be patient and whether lose the first 2 or 3 rounds, don't get into a dog fight, and that's what he did. Got into a dog fight with Marvin, and he lost.
There's the punch that mattered, the one that came over again. And it really is an incredible scene there, the way Hearns is at least trying to get away from him, but he knows probably at that point he's got no chance. And although he weighed a half a pound heavier than Hagler, he was still in many ways the smaller man.
Marvin,
and here's Al Bernstein with the winner.
Away. You went right for his body. He looked like he stunned you momentarily with the right in the first. Did that right hurt you?
It didn't bother me. It just made me madder.
Okay.
I told you I was going to eat him up like Pac-Man. I figured once I get through the right hand, then it was all mine, you know, because I think the first big one, what you tried, tried to put me away out there. And I think that's when I got the cut there, but I wanted to show the world I am the greatest, huh?
Well, you are the greatest middleweight. There's no doubt about that.
Did I say 3?